When the crowd hears the bagpipes fire up and you hear the solo play, like the entire crowd just goes completely silent. All the opposition, you can't hear them war crying anymore because the bagpipes are on now. It's our moment to just go, BBC's arrived, we're here, we're gonna compete against all of you and we're probably gonna win. It's a very powerful statement and it's one that it's completely unique to us. As a bagpiper, being able to fire the boys up, contribute to that spirit, it's a privilege to be able to bagpipe them in. Hi, I'm Finn and I've been at the college for 6 years and I'm completing my final year this year at BBC.
I just think it's the camaraderie too for Finn and seeing him develop and find his people. I can hear him already talking about being an old collegian and wanting to contribute.
I was given the opportunity to audition for the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo. They were sending a group of boys over to not only play at the European Championships, the World Championships, but also for 5 weeks at Edinburgh Castle. And when that was presented to me, I decided that that's what I wanted to do. So 5 months of hard prep and 20 songs later, we went over to Edinburgh and it was an incredible experience.
So in the back of our heads we're going, yes, Edinburgh, that sounds good to us. We'd like him to do that. So he really worked super hard to get where he needed to go.
The opportunity for him to play pipes over on the world stage in Edinburgh was fantastic. And when the auditions were coming up for it, we saw a real level of commitment go up. I can't believe how much he committed himself to it.
It's just one of those once in a lifetime opportunities, I think.
I found it actually quite emotional. Like, they march out into the world stage, they come out into the forecourt of the Edinburgh Castle. And that sort of opportunity you just don't get at any school.
One of the criteria for Mum when looking for a high school to send me to was a really good Japanese program. She speaks Japanese herself. I'd done a bilingual program in primary school, so we did half the day in Japanese, half the day in English. Coming out of primary school, she said, I want to facilitate Finn's learning of Japanese. BBC offered a really good program, and when we met with Katsu Sensei, she was sold. So I joined grade 10 Japanese in year 7.
We were really grateful to BBC for acknowledging that he had that skill and he could advance himself in that fashion.
Yeah, they really did encourage that brilliantly. When Finn came here, it was like, you've got the skills, mate, let's take you up to the level that you should be at, not hold you back.
I've been a prefect for the last 12 months and being able to step into this leadership role has kind of realised leadership, especially here, but I guess in general, is taking the reins and bringing everyone along with you.
We went in with the mindset of where is our son's place? And when you came to BBC, it was very easy to see that no matter what your son excelled at or struggled with, BBC seemed to have a pathway that catered to that.
When you start getting to the end, you're thinking about okay, now we got to hand over to the next cohort. Being a leader means that I can really influence how that happens and make sure that the brotherhood and the spirit and all of the community that we as prefects build every year, I can ensure that it really sets a good example for the younger boys as they eventually come through and potentially take up leadership roles. And that is a big part of my prefect journey.
You never truly leave BBC in a way. You've always got those connections. Our son feels like this is another home for him. I'm sure he will wander through the gates to come to sporting events and still feel that sense of pride. We feel immensely proud of him. We feel very pleased with the school. We're excited for what's coming from him, but there's also a touch of sadness.
Oh, definitely.
We won't be turning up at the school gates each morning and seeing him off. But yeah, that's life.
My best advice for a new student who might be starting here is to take every opportunity that's given to you and go find opportunities, because they're here, they're all here, and you're going to find what you like, what you don't like, something you can do with your mates. Looking at whole different areas that interest you is probably the best thing that you can do when you first start out at BBC, because they're going to support you with whatever you want to do, and that is probably one of the things that makes the college so great.